Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the basically, if you were just joining, welcome to this. I have just completed another Gundam. If you have been watching this series for the whole series, welcome back. This is the final part of this series that I've done of building the perfect grade Wing Gundam Zero Custom. This is the instruction manual. It has all the color photos. Now, if you haven't been watching, this Gundam is very different in the fact that it has 0 decals. So I am able to go straight from build. Basically, you can go from a build to putting it together, which normally would be build it in the parts, do the decals, do the final build. As you can see, there's a whole lot of stuff here. This Gundam's very messy, but I hope it is worth it, because this one, if you're thinking about doing this one as your first ever Gundam, I would highly recommend to get something different, like the Unicorn RX-0 or the Banshee Norn or a straight red frame, or even the perfect grade straight Freedom, or even the RX-78-2. I said that too much and memorized that name. So that brings me to this Gundam. This Gundam probably is the toughest build I have ever done, just because of one gimmick that it has. And let me say already that the Unicorn RX-0 with the special kit is a heck of a lot easier than this Gundam is to do. Saying that straight out, this is a very high difficulty Gundam. So with that out of the way, let's go over everything as we usually do. Here are the 2 weapons. Now they do fit together. I just don't really want to put them together right now, because most likely they're just going to go into a drawer and never be seen again, really. Now we do have 2 beam sabers. Very nice. Two parts that I will show you what they go on to later. Now we do have the 2 arms here. This is how they instruct you to build it, and if you've watched the whole series, which there will be a link in the description, and probably a whole bunch, probably an annotation on the screen for this, but here's the arms. They do have the classic perfect grade double bend. Not much to them. Usual perfect grade hands. This part moves. That's about it. That's all the gimmicky stuff. On the arms, both arms are the exact same, so I don't need to go over that twice. Leaving that stuff down there for a minute. Here are the two legs. Again, now one thing that they do have, which is unique, is they have a little spring in here. You can see how that's done. And this armor panel folds backwards as you get that double bend. And a lot of the armor pieces do move as you do that double bend. And now there are a ton of screws in this kit. I mean, there are bags just for screws in this kit. There are bags for screws, there's bags for springs, there's bags for wires. There are a ton of bags in this kit. Luckily they have numbered most of them, and no, this kit does not include batteries. For most North America people, you can get Duracell or any other brand. I think it's LR43 that it calls for, off the top of my head. You will need an equivalent in North America or your region. Look it up in your region. In my region, it's 301/386, and I can confirm that this is the right battery to get for this Gundam. Now, you will also need a screwdriver. That's an important thing. I'm kind of delaying stuff, but once you see the build of it, you will see why this is such a difficult build. Now, one of the most unique parts are the wings. These are what you're pretty well getting in this kit. They are bendable. They feel like on some special editions of games, how they come with something like a box of something. It feels like that kind of silicone kind of material. That's the best way to describe it. It feels really nice, but there is little metal rods that don't feel very stable, and it actually says in the instruction manual that it is okay to bend a little bit, but don't overbend it, or else you will snap the metal rod inside, and then this whole kit is pretty well dead. Never realized how dirty my mat is. So you got a pair of these huge rings, and there is no stand, and there is no way to get a stand, which is very disappointing. Then we also have these wings. Now these wings are a bit unique in the fact that if you pull it out, there's a spring mechanism that you can see how that's done, and it extends the wing more. Now see, I'll do it again. That's the wing. Pull this out, and it extended the wing by a bit. Now in order to get it back, you actually have to push it back, because there is a little kind of trigger mechanism inside. It's the exact same for both wings. This one's a little bit wonky. Could go in and take a look at it, but why bother at this point? So you get two of them. Now, here's the part where people from the build have not seen part of this. It's for a very particular reason that I did that. It's because I wanted to show it in this video. Now, here is the torso and the waist unit combined. It is really heavy. Let me turn out a light. There we go. This is his light up gimmick that causes so much difficulty with everything. If this Gundam falls, I am seriously considering not even trying to repair all the wiring and stuff. If you go to the video, you will see how much wiring and you will see how much speeding up I had to do in order to get this just to light up. Just the light up gimmick alone in this one, I think, is why they went to a very simple head light up system, like the Astray Red Frame, which you can't really see, but you can see its shield. This is the Astray Red Frame shield. As you can see, it's not panel lined. And there's a ton of metal in this kit, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I like all the metal. It is extremely heavy, like it's heavy duty. But to get the chest and head light up, it could have been a lot easier if they actually thought let's think of a way anybody could do this. Instead of let's figure out a way to do this for the hardest of the hardcore people. So, yeah. You will see if you watch the videos how much difficulty, how much stress, everything this has caused. And that's actually all it comes with, really. You get a couple beam sabers, like I can pull them out. Green beam sabers. Right here. But no shield, no decals. Basically, you're paying for a light gimmick, which, if you want to work, takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. And the wings, and partially the Gundam itself. Now let's start putting it together. So I'm going to take these two, and I'm just going to quickly look at something in the instruction manual. Okay, get it. So, this one, those will kind of sit on the top, just like this. Okay, And I'm going to do one leg at a time. So, one peg in the hole. It's going to be a little bit easier if I completely remove that side skirt, and I'm just going to well, that part's kind of useless.
Just want to put. Oh, that's great.
Okay, now it doesn't feel like it'll just fall over at any second. Let me just do a couple of repairs. Okay. Freak sakes. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to put on the arms right after I triple check. Okay. Lights are still all good. I'm just going to put on the arms, which are about 10 times easier than the Oh yeah, the beefing. I forgot about that. Guns as well. I'll show you better in a second. Let's see how they're all painted, which is really good. Now I'm going to put everything onto the back. And hope like heck that all the metal here keeps the center of gravity. Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me, right? Let me see if I can get this going again. I'm just gonna lay them down and get this part on really quickly here. Or as quickly as I can. Okay, that time I got it. Okay, posability is 0. This Gundam just wants to fall apart. The metal in the hips, like the hip joint, is just atrocious. This Gundam needs a stand. With these two massively heavy wings on the back, it will just fall over. This Gundam is not this This Gundam is terrible. I'm gonna have to go in there and look at what the heck's wrong with this Gundam. I'm not even gonna film it because I'm getting really frustrated with this Gundam right now. This thing. Okay, so I figured that I should add in this little comment here. I felt it was important that you guys actually saw all the basically falling apart of that Gundam. As you can see, it's quite a while afterwards. As you can see here, that's the Titanium Finisher X0. That one over there, you'll be seeing soon, but that's a fully painted Zaku, painted by hand. That's a Master Grade Rogue, Shinanju, all that stuff. That's the perfect grade Master Red Frame. So from this point on, basically, and this is the newest one that I'm doing a full build on. Part should be up fairly soon after this one. So from this point on, basically, I'm just letting you know that at that point I was almost ready to just give up on that project and just leave it because of the light gimmick decided to not work. So I had to open up the backpack, redo most of the wiring, all that kind of stuff, and by that point I was just done with it. I was about ready to rage quit. So if I don't quite have the same energy as I did before, that is why. And this is about half an hour later. So back to the real review part. Okay, so really quick update from the last time. These two, for some reason, are way too heavy for it. I'm gonna try and put on the second wing right now. Let me put the V fin back on. Now, story time. This Gundam is an absolute B word to complete. B word. And believe me, I'm being very, very light when I say B word. Freaking finally. Freaking finally. Okay, now we're gonna go into handheld mode. I'm gonna turn out the light that's right behind him. And there we go. There is the Wing Gundam. Perfect grade Wing Gundam. In its full glory. Thank gosh, this Gundam is done. I can see why a lot of people hate this Gundam compared to that one right there. This one is on a totally different difficulty scale. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and now I just gotta put it up. With my Strike Freedom up there. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And until next time, remember to rock on.